The world is a reflection of who you are. Whatever you experience, it has emerged because of the vibration you are letting out. It blossoms from your internals, from your internal space, from your thoughts, your emotions, and your moods. If you see happiness, if you see a smile, that is a reflection of your smile, of your happiness. Why does it feel good? It feels good because that's who you truly are. That's who you really are. You are love. You are vibrant. You are compassion. You are a cooperative component to the universe. You love helping. You love expanding. When you receive a smile, when you send a smile, when you receive a hug, when you receive positive energy, it feels so good because it's a vibrational match to your essence. Now when your space, when your reality, when it becomes clouded and you start getting negative reflections, it's because you've been vibrating in a form of disconnection to who you really are. It's disconnection, and that's why it doesn't feel good. That's why when you feel negative thoughts towards someone or towards anything in general, when you feel like it's a part of you, or it's ugly, or it just doesn't belong to the world, it feels bad because everything is truly connected. Like I said, at your essence, you are a cooperative component to the universe. You love. You are light. You spread love. So when you receive that, it's a reflection of who you vibrantly are. It feels really good. You know it does. You feel it. When you hold someone in mind in a negative way, it feels bad. You're getting that reflection usually when you meet that person. You're going to get that reflection usually, and the ugly, whatever physical manifestation experience you go through or happens will feel negative because, like I said, if you view someone as disconnected or bad or just something that you want to get away from, something that just doesn't belong in this world, you're always going to feel bad. Everything truly is connected. Everything is one. When you judge someone, you are judging yourself. Let that sink in. What you dislike the most in others is what you usually dislike in yourself. And you could see that version of yourself in them. And it feels bad because you know that's not you at your essence. So when you think of another that way, you know that's not them in their essence. That's the illusion of them. And that brings up another very important point. When it is that you do see those negative experiences, or someone starts projecting negative experiences or negative thoughts to you or negative words to you, realize that that's the illusion. If it doesn't feel like love, if it doesn't feel cooperative, if it just feels bad in general, use your gut, use your intuition to feel this. It's an illusion. The person might be clouded in illusions and in disconnection because they've reached the state of not being in tune with the source of who they really are. Because when someone's truly connected to the source of who they really are, they project that to the world very vibrantly. And they usually don't ask for anything back, but they receive that back. When you give an open smile to someone, just out of your genuine love, it's usually vibrated back to you. What you expect from others is what you receive. Like I said, and this expectation, where does it come from? It comes from within. Expectation is very powerful, negatively and positively. If you expect things to always go wrong when you rendezvous interact with a certain person or a group of people, it's going to go that way. The universe is going to use the law of attraction and unify the cooperative components to get you to experience what you are vibrating at, which is not feeling good. But the same is true if you start changing that expectation through deliberate intent, creation, and focus in a positive way. You'll start experiencing those positive aspects of the people. When you focus on the positive aspects of a pet, of a person, of a situation, or even of the weather, when you don't make fun of the weather or judge it for how it is and just rather accept, things will start going your way. You'll find that your expectation will be met, your vibration will be met, and it will fascinate you. And try it with small things. Like I said, change your expectation smallly. Be like, hey, today I'm gonna hang out with that certain person. I'm gonna smile openly. And you know what? Even though this person usually doesn't smile, I think they will smile. And don't get attached to if they smile or not. Just simply let it go. Wouldn't it be nice if they smile? Feel good. And if you're in tune with your source and everything's flowing, you're probably going to get that smile back and it's going to feel good. And then you're going to realize, hey, if I focused my attention in that positive direction and I received that positive result, I could do that for everything, for people. Sadhguru, the Pope, they've gone to jail with people who are seen as very unconscious, but they've seen the most conscious version of those people because they're getting the reflection of who they are. Since they're vibrating so in harmony with who they are, which like I said is empowered, is peace, is love, is in cooperation with the world, they get that cooperation even from inmates. They get that love even from inmates. What's in your source, what's in your fountain is reflected to you beautifully. Think of a lake. A lake that's serene, that's still, reflects the picture that's near it. Now what happens? You could have a peaceful lake, or you could focus on a storm that's coming or that's not even there, and then it'll be reflected on your canvas. It'll be reflected on that lake. Be very in tune with yourself. Remember, expectation is very, very, very powerful. And also remember, when you see a person who's unconscious or inexperienced, a group of people who are unconscious, realize it's an illusion. And you'll see that the moment you realize that it's an illusion, you'll come to clarity. You'll see the most vibrant version of who they are. You'll see the essence of who they really are. You'll see the version of them, who they really are, who they might not even realize that they are in that moment. Because they've fallen, because their life is full of those clouds that are covering that sunshine, that ray of light that they are. Think of everyone as a ball of light, just bursting with energy and with love. But what happens is societal upbringing and giving in to some of the negative ways of thinking, the negative ways that someone might have told them that they are, the programming that they might have told them. They might have told them that they weren't good at a certain thing or that they didn't look good. And slowly, since they reach them, and since they identify with what they've been told, they allow those thoughts to gain momentum, gain form, and become clouds, clusters of thoughts that are covering that sunshine. But guess what? A very conscious person with even a gaze, a momentary gaze full of presence and love, can shatter all those clouds. That's why it feels really good to see videos of someone who is very conscious, who is very aware, who is very in tune with themselves. better to even experience that person in front of you. You feel that energy. That energy, since that person is so in tune with themselves, they're reflecting the essence of who they are so strongly to you. That mirror is so strong, that ray of light so strong, that it just pierces right through your eyes and goes to the deepest segment of you, and you awaken again. You're like, this is who I am. I'm love. And it's beautiful. Compassion comes in with understanding. With a higher level of consciousness, you understand. You realize that people, they act in certain ways because they've lost touch with who they are. They fall into illusions. They've identified with low patterns of energy that society has put out there in the media to be really easy to adopt. But like I said, be that ray of light. Start noticing your thoughts. Start noticing the expectation you have for people. If you have a really hard time with a certain person, spend some time. Start with 5 things that you believe are positive aspects of that person, and focus on them. And you'll notice that the more you focus on those positive aspects, and you don't give most of your attention to the negative aspects, when you start giving more of your attention to the positive aspects in the person, the love that they are, the essence of who they are, and realize that it's an illusion, all those things that you don't like experiencing from them, because it usually is an illusion. A very conscious person, a person who's aligned with themselves, will feel very pleasant to be with. They'll respect you, they'll love you, they'll co-create with you, they'll inspire you, they'll be a cooperative component. But if you're focusing on the lack, on the version of them that's an illusion, then that's where you get that negative expectation, and you keep recreating that expectation, and you keep living that with your experiences with that person. But when you deliberately realize, when you become aware that, hey, I've been focusing on the negative of this person, but let me switch it up to the positive, let me just try it. And when you gain momentum and you see that it does have an effect, and then you actually realize, whoa, this person's actually, he's a really good person. I've just been focusing on his lowest version, or her lowest version, or their lowest version, for a group, for whoever, a pet, like I said. Your expectation equals your reality. But if you just tune yourself to your source, you'll see that who they are truly is light and love. Something that I do when I have a certain experience with a person, tough experience. First of all, I start focusing on our good experiences, our positive memories, the things I love to experience, and the aspects that I just really love of that person. But I imagine them in their youth, when they're young, when you could say that they're untouched by societal judgment and societal programming, when they're just free, laughing, free children. I see them at their most divine essence, and it kind of awakens you. It's like, whoa, I've been focusing on the worst of this person. And then you kind of get compassion. You're like, what this person really is actually love and light. It's evident when I remember them in that state of innocence. I feel that. I feel that love. I feel that in them. I know that in them. You feel it. Your heart feels it. And like I said, if it is that you're going with an unconscious person, bring the most open heart with you and the most present version of yourself. Because you could save lives, you could transform lives, you can reach their heart. The heart is so powerful. The heart is so vibrant. It's so full of pulsing energy. Love is the energy that creates worlds and transforms them and sustains you, and it's just such a beautiful energy. My friends, I appreciate each and every one of you, whoever's viewing this, with my open heart. You are amazing. You are vibrant, and I believe in you. Let's transform this world. The biggest transformation is transforming yourself. When you transform yourself, that has an enormous impact in the world. And we're transforming every single second. Stay empowered. Thank you. I hope you guys have a beautiful present moment.